He's a serial entrepreneur, he's an author, he's an e-commerce expert, he's a podcast host. He may be the only German person that gets away with writing a LinkedIn post about driving a Chinese car and getting 1,600 likes and 350 comments below that LinkedIn post. Please welcome with me, with a massive applause, Spryker's Alexander Graf.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's loud. Thank you. Thank you for having me here, actually. So we just had a small talk before. I'm going to do like in 50 minutes now the problem statement, and I hope then the startups will pitch like some solutions for it. And you've seen the title, the platforms have won. What I'd like to explain to you and want to show you why I believe they have won and what do we have to do right now. Some org stuff before. So congratulations to Arminia Bielefeld becoming a member of the second league. No, it's like. No, I come with a reason because we as a very, very welcoming city, I live in Kiel, we are coming towards your direction, also like joining the second league now. So if there's somebody like who holds tickets for the game Kiel versus Bielefeld next season, please call me. I will take care that the game in Kiel with Arminia, you will get some tickets. So it's like, that's org stuff, and I will come back. So, okay, why have platforms won? So let's start maybe with a short look back in the history of platforms. So for like 15 years, I was managing kind of the platform transition from older retail companies. I started my career with the Otto Group into the new world. And it was pretty much like this competition. We had like companies managed by retailers like Michael Otto, trying to catch up with Amazon. That was more or less what the whole industry was about like now for 15 years. And it was pretty clear that this is a winner takes it all or almost all market with a very easy explanation of this kind of flywheel. You have a bigger selection than the others, the bigger selections and better prices lead to a good customer experience, leads to more traffic, more sellers are coming to your marketplace. This was something which we kind of figured out in 2008, 2009. And it became very clear that when you are the leader in your category with selection, price, and availability, you will win. And it's a winner takes it all markets, like in a global e-commerce. And it ended up in a book I wrote in 2014, 11 years ago, where I explained how to become a winner in this market and how you can become the next Zalando. It was a fairly easy market for me for the last 10 years because it was very clear what needed to be done. And even the consultative approach I had was very clear. So when retailers were asking me, some store owners were asking me, okay, what should I do? Like in 2013, 14, I said, okay, sell your store. Most likely footfall will go down. So it will be way more attractive to sell online. Buy Amazon stock or try to become like an Amazon, a marketplace, a platform in your category. And this is also my LinkedIn motto, innovate or die. So it's like a very, very simple set of rules you can follow. And the ones that have followed the rule, especially if you compare the stock price development here, so it was a good thing to hire us as a consultancy. But this changed. This changed 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you saw like a new competitor entering the market called Temu. And the Temu numbers, and most of you have seen Temu numbers, like they are staggering, like hundreds of millions of revenue in Germany. The rough estimate of Temu's revenue alone for 2024 is like 1.5 billion. How was this possible? In my old world, in the world where like one dominating marketplace will be the winner, that was not possible because like to become a winner, you needed all the capex investment, warehouse, logistics, seller network. And now there was a new company popping up, which was able like globally to win over customers and to really, really outperform even companies like Amazon by just changing one part of the equation of formula that just took away availability. And this was like unthinkable before because like the whole industry, the e-commerce industry was purely focused on availability. Delivery, free delivery, next day, next hour, next 15 minutes. So there was like hundreds of billions investment in just delivery infrastructure. And then there came a company around that said, okay, We are focusing on 8 to 10 days delivery, and therefore will reduce the price for 50%. So nobody in our market, no expert, nobody at an industry panel at the K5 conference or the Max, whatever, would have ever agreed to this formula before Temu entered the market. And we all believed customers will focus on like quality and delivery time, but this was not true. So we did a couple of research things, and customers are willing to wait a week or 2 weeks when the price only drops 10%. A 10% price drop is enough like to change the buying behavior. And it's even worse. So we did a small survey with Opinion together in 2024, I believe, and there we were asking 1,000 US customers a couple of questions about like their buying behavior. And one question was this: how important are locally in the US made products for you? And 75% said important or very important, and only 25% said it's not so really important. And the assumption usually, or gut feel, is that people that are saying it's important to you, they are like less likely to order at Shein and Temu. And people that are saying, okay, it does not matter, they are more likely to order at Temu. It's the other way around. The people that said it's important to me that's a locally sourced product, produced product, are buying even more. So this was like for me the break point, and like I really, everything what was like sustainable business models and business models focusing on fair trade, forget it. It's all about the price. The price is always winning, and like the numbers are staggering. Temu just almost won a competition from Stiftung Warentest a couple of weeks ago, where they ranked as like a second best platform in the Stiftung Warentest ranking. The last quarterly report, it's not the most recent, it was a bit more pessimistic, but in the last report, they showed that their cash reserves alone grew from $30 billion to $45 billion. It's a huge company. It's huge. It won't go away, and it's like a dominating business model. And all the regulatory work we are trying to do to get rid of Temu and Shein and AliExpress, it's not working. So it's more or less like this picture. It's like Don Quixote fighting against like windmills, but with like toothpickers. It's not working. It's not a tool. So what we are entering, or what we at least entered 2 years ago, is like a new competition. It's like a 3-high-10 competition. It's even more exponential growth in the platform world, where you have people like Colin Wang, the founder of Pinduoduo, versus Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos and Amazon are looking really slow right now. They are really outperformed. They're doing desperate things like Amazon Whole. I don't know if you've seen this. It's a joke. There's no answer from the old industry, which was focusing on capex investment on the faster delivery side, to this new competitors. And that's why we threw away like the old book, and I wrote like last year a new book, which you can get for free with Caro here. Caro is holding a couple of versions for the one that are interested in the book. I give you here so I don't have to hold it. So because like the main thinking pillars that were leading like to the first book, the e-commerce book, were you need to become like an Zalando, online marketing, good execution, good warehouse management. But it's changing, and my whole thinking is changing now, because I believe that the whole retail value chain, and you can put a manufacturer here or retail company, is changing too. The ones who studied like business administration, university, might have seen this Porter value chain. You have like the boxes you earn money with, and then you have stuff you have to do as a company, like you need a building, you need recruitment, you need technology to run the company. But if we are looking a bit more like in detail into like each box of the value chain, it is changing in a staggering speed. What we're seeing with this factory to consumer trend, so stuff shipped directly from China or sold from Chinese companies over Amazon, is that the product prices are dropping in almost every consumer category available. Every consumer product is getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Even like building products that can be shipped from China are getting cheaper. It's now cheaper to use solar panels to build your fence to your neighbor instead of using wood. It's true. So I'm like a builder myself. I'm building a lot of stuff, and like half a year ago, I went to the Hornbach market and wanted to buy some wood because I had to build some fence. It's now cheaper to put solar panels in it. We are moving into a direction where we are paying factory production costs plus 10%. So this was a hot item last year, and like 2 years ago, everybody was like willing to pay like 70 euros for it, and now you get it like for 12, 13 euros at Temu, at Amazon, and others. So the whole idea of like deciding today what to sell next year, to put it in a warehouse, to go to a factory, get samples, do quality management is kind of destroyed by the factory to consumer thing. And I'm asking myself, does it make sense to have an expensive warehouse filled with expensive goods where you don't know to whom you're selling it, for what price and when? Doesn't make sense anymore. Like 10 years ago or 15 years ago when I started in this industry, everybody I visited from a retailing perspective was super proud to show me the warehouse. The warehouse is not an asset anymore. But it goes further. If we're looking into like the standard operations box here, second box, standard operations box where people decide how to present products, what colors should be shown, what brands should be shown, how products should be grouped, what products, what brands should be sold, that seems very outdated if you compare this with the new approaches of big platforms like Shein. Shein just launched a new brand called SheGlam. It's the fastest growing beauty producer now in the world, 1.5 billion run rate in revenue. #1 beauty brand on TikTok. And it's a brand 100% like sourced, created within the Shein platform. They don't even need Nivea and Maybelline and others to create this. They are selling better products than the standard high quality DM product for a DM price. In a packaging that is very close to like a Gucci or Dior packaging. It's crazy what you can do. So the question is now, all the people that are working in operations, where you have teams deciding what to put on the Zalando starting page, what is their USP anymore in this kind of world, in this kind of platform, in this kind of platform world? Marketing and sales, where companies were deciding, okay, what channel should I use? Where should I put my merchandise? Where should I put my money? Are crushed by the new platform business models because selling a product is not generating a margin. For Temu, it doesn't matter if the lamp is sold like for 10 euros or 70 euros. They are always getting their 10 to 15% platform margin. That's why the prices are coming down. So when you're like in the business of having product risk, inventory risk, you're in the wrong business. You need to be in the business of selling reach. Amazon is making more money with selling advertising revenue than spending advertising revenue to get people on the platform. So it's definitely selling reach where you should be at. But you have like 2 other boxes that are like even more interesting. The one box is outbound logistics. So for an online retailer, that's kind of the people working in a warehouse or doing like deliveries. And then you have obviously the one box that is doing services. That could be like after services, installation services, service center. And even this box is these 2 boxes heavily under attack by demographic shift. This is like a demographic shift that is expected in Germany. We are losing 500,000 workers now per year. We don't need to discuss Grundeinkommen, Mindestlohn anymore. It's too late. Nobody will work for like 16, 17 euros in 2 or 3 years from now. There's just no people opening up your store at 6 a.m. at Rossmann to sell you some drugstore advices. And now these new business models are moving part of this logistics ops into China, where like all the pre-packaging is done. It's cheaper and more available there, and there's no way we can compete with this. So the whole value chain is under attack, and it's just the beginning. It's really just the beginning. So what we have seen with Temu and Shein, also we felt some relief because Donald Trump was doing some moves that are leading, like pressuring Temu and Shein to leave the market now, for now. But it's not long lasting. What we are seeing is that like the whole Chinese wave just started. I just give you like one example. A couple of years ago, main e-commerce market was dominated by Taobao and Tmall, Alibaba brands in China, and JD.com. That's like the old world, the Ottos and Karstadt of China. Maybe not 100% wrong, but you know what I mean. In the last couple of years, we saw like Pinduoduo, that is a mother holding of Temu, rising. We saw Douyin, that is like the ByteDance brand in China, what is called TikTok in the rest of the world. And we see Kavi, which I expect to enter the market this year. Now make a guess. Only in 5 years of operation, what is the GMV traded on Douyin TikTok Shop China? Make a guess. Just think about it. How big can it be 5 years after starting selling products on TikTok Shop in China? Okay. It's almost $300 billion. 300 billion. No. So a good year for Oetker is just a bad week for TikTok Shop China. That's like just the dimensions we are talking with. The whole value chain is changing. It all becomes technology. The whole like standard retail change is like moving into offer aggregation, attention flywheel. And it's very hard to predict what comes next, but it's mainly driven by technology. And companies are not sure where it's moving to. It's definitely not moving into dash buttons, which was a thing like 5 years ago. It's definitely not moving into voice commerce, where Amazon was working on. It's very unclear it's going to move into this AI thing, because we don't know how AI will work out in our industry. And I found a very good picture that is explaining this problem. So please read it. I think this explains how AI is working in most of the industries right now. Got it? Yeah. So we just don't know. We don't know how to apply it. And even the smarter ones are applying it most likely in the wrong way. It's not very clear so what the end game will be. And if we start thinking from status quo, let's think about like the lawnmower and robotics, then we would today come up with a picture like this, some humanoid robot pushing the lawnmower. And it's starting right now, and that's why you should listen to what the startups have to tell you in a couple of minutes, because if you're looking at the CapEx investment into data centers, just of the big hyperscalers, we are looking at investments in the size of like 100 billion per hyperscaler per year investing in this technology. It's really changing now, and like the advices are also changing. It's definitely not sell your store anymore. It's definitely not be or buy Amazon, because it's also like outdated. It's still innovate or die. And we will look into that later at like 1:30 at a booth downstairs. What is it called? The Allianz Arena or so, I think, where we like focus on like 2 questions. So how do you handle yourself in this kind of platform world? And what do you should expect from the regulatory framework? So please be very optimistic on what you're gonna get in a couple of minutes from the startup pitch. If you want to dive deeper into that, you can get a book. Please ask Caro. You can get the presentation for free. Just ping me on LinkedIn. Join the workshop later. And if you want to do a simulation for your business, like a wargaming workshop, what's going to happen when like Alibaba and Amazon and Shein is attacking your business, like your Miele Oetker business, just ask us. So we give you like an hour for free. It's eye-opening. Like I'm in this business now for 20 years. It was never as close as radical from a shift perspective what's happening now. That's why it's so interesting and it will be so eye-opening to listen to what the platforms are pitching. And that was my last chart. I wish you good luck. Thank you.